Ladies and gents, hello and welcome. My name, of course, is Over the Potato, and this is Cities Skylines with the brand new campus DLC. I've been having an absolute romp of a time with this DLC. It is truly fantastic. I love it to bits. Let's talk through some of the new features before we jump on into a game. New city service and some unique buildings, public library, that's very, very cool, bus line customization, job titles, Industry 4.0 when everyone's educated. You can read through this if you care, but we're going to be explaining the features as we go. Campus areas, that's pretty darn important. New campus buildings to go in the campus areas, unique facilities to go in the campus areas as well. That's going to be great. Varsity sports, school events, new policies, and some new maps. How wonderful. Well, I feel like we've delayed enough. So let's jump into to one of the new maps. This is Northwood Hills. And because we're doing a campus-themed playthrough of the video game, I thought to myself, how can I make a millennial name for a map? And well, I've come up with one. I would like you to let me know what you think of it, but it's something that really embodies the spirit of all of millennial thought. Anyway, let's jump right into it. I don't think that we're going to have too much difficulty. There was a little bit of a hill in the background of that map, and in my mind, I sort of see that hill becoming a university campus. As a matter of fact, you can get more than one university campus on the map, and I thought, you know what, maybe one of those campuses could sit proudly atop the hill. But obviously, before we get to that point, we still need to think about the basic infrastructure of our city, and how we're going to zone industry, where we're going to zone industry, and how we're going to make things look. Also, this is probably a good time to mention that I do have a couple of mods installed, mostly mods that extend the functionality of like traffic management. There's a mod that increases the amount of road types that we've got available, one that allows us to change like signals and traffic lights and all of this nonsense stuff. It's purely so that we've got just that little bit more control over what is going on. And then we've also got a couple of like interchanges and junctions installed, and I think that to be honest is most of the stuff that we've got installed. All right, let's see what we've got here. So this is our map area. This is quite lovely, I must say. We've got one connection to the north of the map. Is that to the north of the map, or is that to the south of the map? It doesn't particularly matter. Over here, we've got the hill, which I think would be really nice for the campus. Also, over here would be nice for the campus. Maybe we can get two different campuses on two different hills. That certainly wouldn't necessarily be a bad idea. We've got what looks like the main highway running through the very corner of the map over here. And that's about it. That is about it. I mean, there's nothing particularly else to comment on, I don't believe. The sea is out that way. We got to be conscious of the fact that a tsunami might come and strike us down, but I think that a tsunami is almost unlikely. Dare I venture I guess. It's unlikely to hit us when we're this far inland. So, without further ado, let's get cracking and see what we've got to do. We got to build roads. We could indeed build a small 4-lane road, something like that. Maybe we can't build any large roads at the moment because, of course, we've just started out. Okay, I'm thinking that we probably try and optimize for the future here, because every single time I play this game, I always think, man, I wish I had a better plan for the future. So, you know what? Let's do that. Let's plan for the future, and let's actually properly plan for the future. Let's bring out the road a little bit so that we've got the space further down the road to just dual this and put a highway straight through our city, because I feel that we probably want to maybe get a highway to come up and around here and maybe connect down over to this highway at some point, but that's obviously going to be a wee while away, so to speak. Have I placed down, what the heck type of road is this? 3-lane asymmetrical road with one left lane and two right lanes? I mean, this is objectively the worst way that I could have put down this road. I did not realize that I was placing down the wrong type of road. Can we just, like, get that upgraded? I don't love one-way road as a matter of course. You know what? Let's just get it all. Let's just get it all to be one type of road. I don't really want to faff around with one-ways or whatever. Let's just deal with this. Let's just deal with this as it comes. I don't like this design at all, but you know what? Like everything in this game, it's going to change. It's going to change later on. We just need to make sure that we give ourselves sufficient flexibility to allow us room to change. I also don't like this design, but again, it's going to change later on. So we just gotta roll with the punches for now. Usually, I wouldn't put houses up against like the main road, but I mean, who really cares? Who really cares? It's gonna be completely fine. All right, let's have a little look at where we want to put some wind turbines. Estimated production 8 megawatts over here. That's not too bad. It's also not terrible out here. Maybe, just maybe, we have our industry on this island here. We could put it over here, but it's probably a little bit too small in this area. So, yeah, you know what? We'll put our industry. This will be our industry island. This will be our population island. Population island? Yeah, that's what I meant. That's what I meant to say. Don't even question it. Just roll with it. Okay, let's get this zoned as commercial if we know that this is going to be our industry area. Our industry area? Our industrial area? Sure. And we will put that right there. First and foremost, let's get some power cabling to the houses that actually need it. There we go. Looking pretty darn good. And actually, which way is the water flowing? The water is flowing out this way. So the sea is actually down that way. Actually. It's one of my favorite words. Actually. Let's put that there, and then we'll put the water pump just upstream a little. Why not, right? And that can quite adequately cover all of that. Okay, so until we have some industrial demand, there is nothing really to worry about at present. We just wait for the cars to arrive, and everyone will be happy. Everyone's water demands are being completely satisfied. We've not got any access issues. Yep, it all looks fine to me, although there's no cars coming. There's no cars coming at all. Now that usually says there's a problem. Oh no, we've got people moved in. Okay, that's great. That's great. People are moved in. That's exactly what I like to see. Why is power not connected? Because I didn't place the pylons properly. Nice. Those, to be honest, could have been a little bit closer to each other, but hey-ho. Also, I feel like when you're playing City Skylines, you gotta get the beats right. I like Synthetic Dawn Radio because it's just the dopest, personally. I mean, I don't particularly like this song, but you know what, we'll roll with it. Okay, industrial demand has actually spiked up. Just as the sun is setting, let's take this opportunity to place down some roads. Yeah, I think that we want to probably get a big old bridge. How much is that going to cost us? It's going to cost us a pretty penny. Let's bring it out to here. Can we build a high bridge? Not really for any particular purpose. It just seems pretty darn cool. Right. It's not high, but it's, I mean, it's consistent, and that, to be honest, is half the battle. Again, we've got the expectation of having a highway later on. Yeah. There we go. 90-degree snap. That is what I want. I'm not going to build it quite as far as that. We'll build it build it up about this far. Eventually, my hope would be that we can convert this into... I mean, to be honest, maybe 2-lane... Maybe, well, if I say 4-lane, maybe 2 lanes is large enough? We'll have to wait and see. Alright, let's just get a basic grid structure. I really dislike this game because it forces you to make grids. But at the end of the day, it is the best way to go in the early game. And that is definitely where we are, and definitely what I care about making sure works at this present moment. So, zone all of this for industry. And then let's let the night set. The night set? The sunset. The sunset and the night rise, I guess? Okay, I should suspect that our industrial demand is going to be fine. It's going to be residential demand that starts kicking off first. We've also got to look forward to our first population milestone, which is a little hamlet population of 420 people. Right. Apparently these guys don't have any power. Honestly, guys, my bad. I've still got cash in the tank, so we're going to be absolutely A-okay. Right. Great. Everyone's happy with that? Alright. As prophesized, almost, medium demand for residential has started to kick off. But that's okay, because as I mentioned, at least in the early stages, we're going to have a very, very grid-based system. Not a overly grid-based system, I would hasten to add. I like roundabouts. I've got a real thing for roundabouts. Not in a weird way. That sounds very weird, but I don't actually have a weird thing for roundabouts. In a philosophical sense, and in a city design, sort of civil design thing. I feel like maybe I should just stop talking. But the point is that I like roundabouts, and if we can use roundabouts in the city, then that would make me a very happy guy. Not happy in a weird way, just, you know, happy in a satisfied and fulfilled, like, I've done a good job way. Yeah, not weird. Not weird. Definitely not weird. Anyway, we're making money, and that's quite important. And also, apparently, our population is increasing rather rapidly. I mean, I know I'm in 3 times speed, but honestly... Hey-ho. Taxes and loans, garbage, healthcare, education and campus areas. We've unlocked the community school, which is quite nice. It's an equivalent to an elementary school. Yeah. Very, very cool. Recycling center, medical clinic, and a landfill site. Very, very good. Our next population milestone is roughly double, 850 residents, and that will give us a new piece of land to buy, as well as a whole bunch of other stuff. Okay, let's talk about taxes. Who hates them? Am I right? Honestly, taxes. No, joke's on you. They go towards contributing to the services that you demand as a citizen of a nation. It's very important that you pay your taxes. It's also very important that the government continues to make sure, the local mayor, in fact, continues to make sure that you have enough electricity to power your homes. Because if he doesn't, then that is a dereliction of his duties, and he should probably be voted out. Unless you have a dictator mayor, like me, in which case, all these people that are complaining about not having enough power are about to see a wind turbine dumped on their head. I wouldn't do that to them. I'm a good guy. Anyway, I would love to have a roundabout, like, somewhere in the middle here. Stick it in 3 times speed, because I cannot be doing with the night for too long. No siree. Okay. There we go. Yeah, so I kind of feel like a roundabout right in the middle would be pretty darn nice. Have we unlocked any interesting types of road yet? No. Not highway. Highway is 2,000. 2,000 population. Okay, we're a little bit away from having highway. But, I mean, that doesn't stop us from building a roundabout. Not really. Supports medium traffic. I mean, I kind of want something that can support heavy traffic. 6-lane road supports high traffic. That is actually what we want. And a 6-lane one-way road is exactly what the doctor ordered. Do I have the money to afford this? We'll never know. Okay. I should start in the middle. So start here, and then we'll go out by 17 units. And then up by 17 units. That seems like a little bit of overkill. A little bit of overkill? A little bit overkill? Yeah, that seems pretty reasonable. Alright. Let's take it back just a notch. Is that roughly... Yeah, that's roughly halfway. Take it out by 10 units. And up by 10 units. Great. I believe that the unit measuring is a functionality of the mod. Of one of the mods that I've got installed anyway. Okay. 10 units. And that is also ready to go there. Okay, nice. Okay, that's a quite lovely roundabout, in fact. Okay, you know what? Even sometimes I surprise myself. Yeah. Wowzers. It's gorgeous. How do I connect this up? Well, I'm going to need 4-lane road. The basic 4-lane road, that's this one. Okay, that space is already occupied. That's not ideal. I can't even get highway off ramps, because that would be quite optimal. Alright, well, I want to try and get something to curve, like some curvy road. See, this is the thing about City Skylines, is that once you start, you just can't stop. Alright. Okay, that's pretty good. I quite like that. It's quite nice. And then let's also get this to come up there like so. We can just make that straight. Let's see if this works. It might need some slight tinkering. It's got traffic lights at the moment. I'm almost certain that I don't want to have traffic lights on any of these junctions. Because I'm an anarchist and I want to see as many car crashes as possible. No, not at all. Just because it's not very efficient. And then let's get this. No. Okay, this is an abject failure to try and craft something beautiful. It's just whatever I do. Alright, turn off snapping, because I want to... It just doesn't want to... It doesn't want to give me what I want. Alright, you know what? If we can't get something like that, we'll get something like this. Alright, you know what? That looks quite nice. Let's roll with that. Being a pedant is one of my favorite things to do. Anyway, we built a roundabout for no reason? No, that joke's on you. It's absolutely not for any reason, because my plan was maybe we can stick our services in the middle here. Or maybe the curvature of the roundabout is such that it would not make sense to do that. Or it might not even be possible. Suitable for neighborhood traffic? I mean, I can try one of these roads. This might just be the ticket that we needed. Oh, look at that. Okay, so we're able to provide healthcare to all of these people. Pretty perfectly, actually. Also, it means that if we build another neighborhood up here, we can also provide healthcare to those people with the same clinic. Okay. Also, this is going to be a little bit of a problem. Also, speaking of problems, I've got another power shortage. Not great. How are we going to do this? Because I kind of want this to be... I mean, this roundabout is quite important. Worthy Village. Hey, look at that. What do you know? Firehouse and a police station. Okay, that's quite nice. The problem is that I like these neighborhoods, but I don't really want them coming off the roundabout. that's not super my style. So I'm thinking maybe we have like a... Maybe we have like a one-way off the roundabout? We have a one-way off the roundabout, and then we can have... maybe a double road up and down here. There we go. And up this way. Maybe... How far was that? 15 units? It seems pretty adequate, actually. And then this can be the area that we zone new houses. We still need a way for these cars to get back onto the roundabout, but I've got a plan there. They're going to re-enter at the very top of the roundabout. So they're going to come up here and reconnect there for now. I mean, that bit necessarily won't be temporary. Won't be permanent, but it certainly works for now. Let's zone this entire area. Also, with the expectation that these roads will eventually come out when we get highway, and then the highway will be linked up to the roundabout. That's definitely gonna happen. Okay, and we'll zone this top block commercial just because we can. Looks like we're doing fine for industry for now, although there's only a couple more free slots, so we'll need to bear that in mind. Yep, looks like we've expanded the electricity to the medical clinic, which is lovely. Look at that. It's so cool. And it looks like the ambulances can quite adequately drive up the little road that I placed. There we go. Looking pretty darn good, if I do say so myself. Very, very happy with this. I mean, the traffic lights occurring is an annoyance, and no one is really making advantage of this area yet. Vehicle traffic-wise, this is not as busy as I would expect it to become later on in the game. But it's fine for now. It's fine for now. Also, we should think about getting a school and all of that nonsense down. A community school is slightly better than an elementary school? No. An elementary school... An elementary school is just different from a community school. I kind of want to do a community school because it's a bit more interesting. Sure. And when it's over, I think it's got a slightly larger area of effect as well, so that's cool. We need to use a landfill site, and I would also like to get a recycling center, because citizens can recycle more different kinds of waste when the city has a recycling center, making less garbage pile up. The center produces small amounts of raw materials from the waste. So yeah, I think that we're still going to need a landfill site, but if we have ourselves a recycling center, then we have less build-up over time, and that helps, well, everyone, really. But most importantly, the environment. Out of city limits. That's unbelievably annoying. Okay, let's just get this as far as we possibly can. And place down some more pylons.
Don't you want money for nothing? Yeah, you do. What's the catch? There is one.
Man, I love these adverts. They're fantastic.
You just have to ask for it.
They're really good.
Sleepaway camp is the perfect place to strike it rich.
So good.
Who are we? Well, we're the #1 dream makers in the region. And you,
who are we?
Motivated, driven, confident individual who has a desire to make it big.
Unbelievable.
Run, don't walk.
Run, don't walk.
Above 120. This is exciting. This offer is just for you because you deserve it. Come alone.
Come alone. Goodness gracious me.
There's a bus at 143 Industrial Way that leaves
Uh-oh.
at dawn. So, grab destiny by the horns. Go on.
We
Grab it.
do not have power.
Money for nothing.
That is somewhat of an issue. Yeah, we're not generating enough power at the moment. Okay, short-term solution. We're gonna bump our power budget. So, bump our power budget by 50%. It should take us a little bit nearer. Not unfortunate. Our consumption is still slightly higher than our production. I would like to get another wind turbine, although wind turbines are ridiculously inefficient in comparison to a coal power plant, which is quite a lot more... Well, it's more expensive, but it's also much more efficient space-wise, which is something. But I think we'll just go for a wind turbine for now. We can get an advanced wind turbine, which we can stick in the water very, very soon. We just need 2,000 population, and believe it or not, we are we're heading towards that with great speed. Community school, looking good. We got 243 students in the city, and we are educating them all, which is wonderful. This is a lovely little neighborhood that we've got here. This is looking very, very nice indeed. I gotta be real. I gotta be real. We should expand this area further up. I don't love expanding it on the same one-way system that we've got, but I mean, it's fine for the most part. Yeah, okay. Yeah, it's again, it's kind of temporary. The more that I say it's kind of temporary, the more I think that this bit is going to be permanent. I mean, this bit is definitely temporary. This bit is maybe temporary. This bit kind of feels a little bit permanent. I'm not saying that I've got commitment issues or whatever, but, you know, this is a bit of a problem. Also, it looks like there are some thieving people stealing from the Kent residents. We can't have that. The crime rate is high at the Kent residence. At the Kent residence. Maybe if the Kent residence has high crime, maybe we just send the police to the Kent residence and just, you know, lock up them. Because, ooh, advanced automation. What the heck is that? Robots and other automated systems make the production process faster, more accurate. Increase production output by 10%. Increase buildings upkeep by 10%. Interesting. Interesting, interesting, interesting. Color me interested. I now have the money to spend on a police station, which I'm absolutely going to do. Yes, please. And that should immediately placate the Kent residents. Hopefully, they're going to be fine now that they've got a police station to help them out. All right. Right, things are looking pretty darn good. Pretty happy with this. We can zone more residential pretty much whenever we want. We've got no real limit at the moment. Our roundabout, I must say, is looking fantastic. I feel like the roundabout needs to be named. It's kind of like, you know, it's the services roundabout. It is looking pretty darn good. You know what? Let's call it the services roundabout. Forest Hills? No. Is that how you spell roundabout? It is now. Good enough for me. Okay, our power is genuinely becoming slightly more of an issue, but that's okay. With that one turbine, we should be fine. Goodness gracious me, give me the advanced wind turbine. Yes, please, yes, please, yes, please. Any day of the week, I will take that. Yeah. This is such a nice little city. Already, I can see that it's turning into something that's rather remarkable. I also feel like we need to name this area. And I feel like this area needs to be named, like, Lower Avocado. Since this is, like, the lower half of the city, I guess. I'm thinking that this is where the, the not rich people live. And the rich people are going to live up on the hills at the top of the city. There we go. Population. Everyone. Literally everyone lives in Lower Avocado at the moment. Are there any policies that we care about implementing in Lower Avocado? Moderately reduced electricity consumption. Upkeep increases per building. I mean, that's not necessarily a bad idea. Reduce water consumption. Smoke detector. I mean, we don't actually have a fire station at the moment, so that might be a good idea to build. It's a good prompt. I mean, power usage apparently is just... Ugh. Okay. Let's see how much of an impact that actually has on everything. I mean... Not convinced that it did much. Electricity consumption is basically where it was. But are there any... Slightly reduced garbage accumulation, smoking ban, slightly increased health, slightly decreased happiness, parks and recreation, moderately increased land... schools out. The citizens will prefer working over education. Will go out in small port and... Okay, no, I'm not interested in that. Prefer parks. Okay, interesting. Park maintenance boost. I mean, there's a lot more that we can do when it comes to policies, but I don't feel like we're doing much at the moment. Also, I feel like we could rather simplify this process if we put in something like that. Yeah, we'll give that a wee crack. And then here's what we can do. We can change the lane arrows on this section of road. If we turn it around, we can have a better look. And then that we can enable this road to only allow cars going left, and then this car and this one will be going right. Interesting, isn't it? We'll see if it actually works. I mean, this is just, I mean, everything is in the experimental phase at the moment. Nothing is firm or determined. Okay, we still need more houses, apparently. But everything does look pretty darn fluid at the moment. Even the junction that I had concerns about is fine. As I say, I'm not sold on this design. I'm not sold on this design. Definitely might adapt as we go. But at least it's something for now. Industrial area is looking pretty darn fancy. We're fine for money at the moment, so that's not too bad. As I say, I want to keep this corridor free. I want to keep this corridor free because we're going to try and loop around a highway when we eventually get one. So I guess the only real place that we can build more road is straight up this way. I mean, it's pretty bog standard grid structure, but I mean, what else can we do? I feel like maybe I've boxed myself into a little bit of a corner here, but you know what? I'm not going to worry about it for now. Worrying is for later. When we look back and realize, oh, I was a real idiot and I should have done things completely differently. I've not reached that level of denial yet. Also, we've got the ability to purchase a brand new area. Now, if I want to get a university campus up here, then I'm probably going to need to purchase this area and then this area, or then this area and then this area. However, if we purchase this area, then this area, then that would allow us to expand Lower Avocado out. And that, to me, sounds like a pretty darn good short-term solution to our, well, what can only be described as housing crisis. We don't have anywhere near enough houses. Can I have a little look at the ore overlay, or the natural resources overlay, to see if we've got any oil, forest, fertile land, or ore? A little bit of oil over there. Not a huge amount of interesting stuff. Alright. Not a huge amount that I can really do at present. But I think that we're probably going to buy this this section of land. Yeah. It might even be a good idea to maybe, rather than extending these roads out a little bit, when we build the highway, we can have a branch of the highway that takes it round to this area. Alternatively, we could try and branch off that highway, although that will involve us purchasing this block of land as well as that block of land. So I'm kind of not super into that idea. But you know what? Things are good. We're making money. we're not really experiencing any traffic jams. We're mostly fine. Yeah, which is great. Also, do you like my chirper? I think it's pretty good. Look, it's got a little graduation cap on. How wonderful. So adorable. Okay, you know what? I'm just gonna bite the bullet. I'm gonna buy the good old new tile, and we're going to extend, if we can. We're gonna try and extend some of these roads. But hey, Boomtown, brand new area. We've got transport, level 3 unique buildings, ferry, walking tours, bus, tram, post-service taxis. What about roads? Do we get any roads? Oh, we do. We've got 3-lane highways. That is the one that we really care about. We got a heck of a lot of roads. Water pipe with heating, and we've also got the advanced wind turbines, cemetery, bus depot, medical helicopter depot. We got a small emergency shelter as well, because we do have natural disasters turned on. So we've got to be very, very aware that a natural disaster could strike at any moment. And we have to be prepared. Avocado Bagels is in danger. Right. In danger of running out of power. That is, first and foremost, what we're in danger of. 17 megawatts, 16 megawatts, 15... Okay, 17 megawatts right there. And another 17 megawatts right there. Alright. And then let's bring down the budget to reasonable levels. Pretty much. Pretty much just like that. That's quite a lovely feature, actually. People would pay good money to see that. Normally. Okay, let's extend that up there. Sure. Just trying to alternate so that we can have at least some commercial access on each road. Don't know how firmly I feel about that statement now that I've made it, but it feels right. And if it feels right, just go with it. Go with the flow. Right, let's get some more industry sorted. Thankfully, industry is fairly easy to sort at the moment. Industry is unlikely ever to change from being a grid structure. One of the annoying things about this game is that it forces you to build in a very, very grid-like structure, which I don't necessarily support the idea of. I mean, efficiency-wise, it's pretty good, but, I mean, you know, top-down, does it really look that impressive? I don't know about that. Also... turns out we don't have a fire station over here. Or a police station. We don't have any of these things over in the industrial area. But that's fine. Alright, water. We also don't have water in the residential area. In the new residential area, which is also going to be called Lower Avocado. Does actually need to be expanded. Even though this is quite high up Avocado, it's still Lower Avocado. I hope you understand what I'm saying. Okay. Oh, close to having enough money. There we go. Grand. Does that work? That looks pretty darned good to me. You know what? This is turning into a lovely little city. Speaking of city and city status, how are we doing with garbage and whatnot? Garbage processing status is not good.
For millennia, these gentle and graceful giants
roamed
the earth.
A large recycling center. Yes. It does cost 100 grand though. It does output power though, which is quite nice. As opposed to the regular recycling center.
That Dino Oil is proud to continue.
Dino Oil.
Eon's old dead bone goop to fuel your 5-door wagon.
Quite right.
It the oldest form of recycling there is. Dino Oil. Embrace the power of bones.
Okay, this is
we want you
about
to
the
trust us with your
extent
money.
of
Because it's with your money that we
the
can make
fire
you more
station
money.
up here.
How? It's not funny business. It's money business.
About the extent
You
of the
give your
fire,
money to us, and it will grow
about the
huge.
extent of
That's
the
the plan,
police
at least.
station,
Maybe that's too complicated.
probably about the extent of the
Imagine
education
planting a
facilities
money
as
tree in the
well.
ground and watering
Yeah,
it.
we also need to get a high
Imagine
school.
if you had a
That's
money pet
something that we
and you fed
definitely
it
need to
more
do.
money, and after digesting, it would. Okay. You want to go money fishing, so you use a little money to catch a big money.
Okay.
You know, just come in and talk to us. We have even more metaphors that allow us to avoid saying what we really do with your money. Ban Hammer Bank. Feed the money monster.
Right, bumping up the power output as well. Okay, this should be.
This is Jessica Statler with Synthetic Dawn Radio. Soothing synths to help
This
your
should be
mind
absolutely no problem whatsoever. Can I use add priority signs here? In fact, that's not what I want to do. What I want to do is I'd like to do where is it? Not clear traffic. No, not despawning. Vehicle restrictions. No. Parking restrictions. No. Junction restrictions. This is the one. So, we're going to turn off pedestrian crossings in this area. Maybe pedestrian crossings in the entire area, you know? Maybe that's just the sort of person that I am. There's no real reason why this shouldn't be going a little bit faster than it currently is going. I think maybe the way to do this is, instead of with that little bit of road, we have a highway off-ramp. Maybe a double highway off-ramp. Again, this doesn't really feel right. Yeah. You able to come out here? Space already occupied? I mean, that does work. We'll give that a shot. How about that? Alright, you know what? That actually doesn't look too terrible. And then what we want to do, not manual traffic lights, I want to set this up right here so that that goes there, and then that goes there, and that goes there. Okay, so that should hopefully just allow some more continuity. Doesn't look hugely hugely continuous though, so I feel like we may have somewhat of a problem. Yeah, this is not exactly looking super productive. I can't even add priority signals. Priority signals don't really seem to be making much of a difference here. Everyone seems to be stopping and starting, and I'm not entirely sure why. Does that make any difference? Ah, that doesn't look like it's making much difference. Nope, absolutely no idea why this is not working completely as intended. All right, so already we're starting to see our first little traffic jam. Yeah, not overly happy with this situation, to be honest. Will that make a shred of difference? I do want to get rid of this. You know what, there's no reason not to get rid of this connection here. There we go. Might delete a couple of houses in the process, but it's worth it. Okay, now, let me try this again. The reason, by the way, that I put so much stock in this process is that it forces cars to take a certain route, as opposed to... hold on. There we go, get rid of that. It forces cars to take a certain route, which is really good. Alright, is it these traffic lights here that were causing the problems the whole time? I think it might have been those traffic lights. Yeah, I think that's what it was. Alright, nice. Well, that seems to have rectified the situation pretty handily. There's a little bit of a tailback here, but I suspect that it'll be cleared up momentarily. Alright, you know what? That's pretty darn good. That is pretty darn good. It's not perfect, but it's not bad either. And it gave us a little bit of an opportunity to accumulate some money, which is really, really nice. Okay, let's get some highway in now. This is what it's all about. Okay, boom. And let's delete this. And let's get highway right back down the center. Running parallel to that right there. And let's get rid of this. Get rid of this. Get rid of this. And connect up. Oh no. It's the entirely wrong direction. It's a disaster. It's not actually a disaster. It's very easy to fix. Can I not get it going in the same direction? Right, whatever. What? Alright, I'm sure you could change the direction of travel, but apparently that's not a thing that can be done. Right, ignore me. I just feel like an idiot now. As opposed to feeling like an idiot most of the time. Okay. And then... I mean, that'll be fine. Doesn't need to be perfectly parallel, it just needs to be parallel enough. I do feel maybe it should come together on one road, but hey ho. Also, we need to get rid of these traffic lights here. Man, you know what? There's something deeply satisfying about fixing traffic problems. I don't know what it is, right? But there is just something oh so satisfying about it. Okay, that goes there. And that goes there. And that goes there. And then that goes there. Alright, perfect. So once again, we're forcing the cars to take a very specific route. Which... which usually wouldn't be particularly relevant. However, because the cars all follow like a very, very similar... because they all follow a very, very similar, like, pattern. Also, I think I might have messed this up. Okay, this area is completely cut off from everything. Alright, that's on me, honestly. As opposed to every other mistake, which is definitely not on me. Yeah, so... It's about the patterns and the car patterns and whatnot. So, if you can get, like, if you can find a way to... you know, force the car to do a certain thing, or force the traffic to do a certain thing, then oftentimes you can magically cure, you know, ridiculously long backlogs with relative ease, actually. Right, also, this highway can be upgraded to, this highway can be upgraded to special, gated barrier highway. There's no reason why not. Probably shouldn't put as much commercial in here as I actually am putting in there, but you know what, whatever. It's only a little bit of noise pollution. I'm not going to complain about it too much. I'm sure the residents will, but I'm not going to. Yeah, and look at that. All of our traffic problems are, I mean, they're gone. They're non-existent. We don't have a single traffic problem. Not a single traffic problem in sight. How wonderful is that? We haven't really started expanding into our brand new tile, but I'm sure we'll do that very, very shortly. In fact, in the next episode. Ladies and gents, thank you very, very much for watching this episode of Cities Skylines with the brand new DLC. We've not unlocked the university yet, or the trade school campus area. We need a population of 7,000, but we're definitely on track. We're just about halfway, almost spot on, in fact. So I think absolutely in the next episode we will achieve that. Ladies and gents, I hope to see you in the next episode. Thank you very, very much for watching. And of course, it's been Over the Potato. Thanks for watching. As I've already said, I'll see you next time. Bye.